on in my kitchen. We'll get there in a minute. I just want to do the disclaimer. This particular episode comes with a big disclaimer, and it's also, as we've done in a few others, got a special dedication. I want to dedicate this episode to my mom. Love you, Mommy. Because I just got back last night from a great visit in Miami. It was too short. It was 4 days, 3 nights. But it doesn't happen enough. So I was so happy to get down there. But here's the thing. I shot this episode last weekend. And I went to edit it today on getting back from Miami. And I realized I never shot the intro. You know, the part where it's like, come on in my kitchen, all that. I do sit down at the end. I just had all the food on the counter. Started going right into the recipe. Usually I set the tripod up and I do all that first. I shoot them pretty much in order. But I don't remember what it was last weekend. I think I was just like, let's get into the food. I can do that later. You know, Mr. Editor. I never shot it. So I bring it up because of the continuity police, all right? I put the same shirt on that you're going to see at the end of the episode. But my hair is going to be longer then, and it's shorter now, because I cut it just before I left for Miami. So that's the disclaimer, okay? It's going to be out of continuity. But the dedication is to Mom, and that's apropos, because the recipe we're going to do is penne alla vodka, okay? But not penne. It's going to be a little surprise. And I learned this from my mother's brother, Vincent. I called him Vincenzo. When we were kids, we called him Uncle Jimmy. That was my grandma. I never understood that. How the hell do you get Jimmy from Vincent? She said that was the nickname. I don't know. What can I tell you? But anyway, penne alla vodka. Let's do it. Sorry for the discontinuous intro. Okay, there's a couple reasons why I wanted to do this sauce tonight. One is, you remember our pasta episode where I was trying out different kinds of pasta? Well, I came upon these, pennoni. Never had them before. It's basically penne on steroids. Look at the size of those. Giant penne. So, of course, the perfect sauce, penne alla vodka, right? Pennoni alla vodka. But the other reason is I'm using up my tomatoes. These are the last of my San Marzano Romas. They were in the freezer from last summer's growing season. So they'll be perfect for this. Butter, onion. I won't use this whole onion. I'll use a portion of it. And then we're going to finish with a little cream, half and half, and of course the vodka. A lot of people use meat in this sauce. They like to saute a little pancetta. I've known guys who used some prosciutto. I don't use meat in mine. I like it like this, nice and simple. I want to taste those tomatoes, and I want to taste that vodka, okay? So let's bring this stuff to the stove and get going. Okay, I got my sauce pot on the stove. Got the flame on. I'm just going to add a drop of olive oil. It's really a butter dish, but you get a little flavor there, but also it keeps your butter from burning. In with the butter. Now as that starts to melt, to cover the bottom of that pan, this is key for this sauce, okay? You're not chopping your onion. Get your grater out. Now I cut the onion in half, peeled the skin off, and while that butter's melting, I'm going to start grating it right in. Nice and fine to get those juices. And also, I mentioned the meat. Also, some people use garlic. Again, I want a simple sauce. It's just my preference. This is, I originally learned this from Vincenzo, my uncle. I have his written down somewhere, but I don't believe in dogma with food and cooking. I just settled on this way of making it, so it's my way now. Learned it from him. Now I do it this way. Look at that. Beautiful. It's almost like adding onion juice as opposed to chopped onion. The smell of that with that butter, it's incredible. So just a dollop of olive oil, our butter, and our grated onion. Let that saute for just really a few seconds to a minute. It's not like the chopped onion where you have to let it get soft and all that. It's basically liquid onion we put in there. And now, pomodori. Getting every last drop of that. These are the last of my San Marzanos, and I just put this year's plants in the ground yesterday. So, I didn't plan it like this, but nice little celebration, right? I'm just going to add a little touch of salt, peperoncini, a little spice. That's it. Now I'm going to turn this down and let this simmer for about 15-20. I'll go take a walk with the beeps. Okay, my water's almost up to a boil for my pinoni. I'm psyched on those things. Look at those. You can see I got my sauce at a nice little simmer going here. Beatrice and I took a nice walk. 15-20. Perfect amount of time for this sauce to cook. And if you'll notice, I've got the dueling tasting spoons, and here's why. First thing I want to do is taste this after the simmer. Remember how simple. Butter, onion, tomato. Oh man, that would be a killer pizza sauce right there. You could sauce your pasta with that. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn it down. Add in our half and half. Add in our vodka. So now, I got the second clean spoon. Gets that nice pink color. And I like to taste the vodka, so, I mean, sometimes I put it in just when the pasta's coming out, but that water's almost up. Just that little bit of cream and the vodka. Amazing. What I am going to do is crack just a little bit of black pepper in there, because why not? Right? Pinoni in, salted water, right? I like to give the pasta one quick stir and then leave it alone. Okay, let's check our macaroni for al dente. Right, to the tooth. It's the only way to tell. One more minute. Okay, our pasta is perfect. Now this is one dish. If you watch the broccoli episode, chopping broccoli, I took the pasta and I dumped it right in the sauce and cooked it a little in there. This is not a dish where I do that. I'm removing the pasta from the water. This is a dish that I like to put the pasta in the bowl and the sauce on top. The reason? It's just presentation. If I'm serving guests, I like to see some of that sort of naked pasta, okay? I'm going to clean that off. Let's bring it over to the counter and dress it up. Now, a little chopped parsley would be nice on this. I don't have any at the moment, but what I do have, growing out in that herb pot outside, is this beautiful, young, fresh oregano that just came back from being overwintered. I'm not even going to chop it. I took those little tiny leaves off the top, and I'm just going to throw them on whole. Okay? And then I'll put a few more flakes of that crushed red pepper. Peperoncini. A little zing. Alright, let's bring this to the table. It looks amazing. Pinoni alla vodka. Man, I love this dish so much. This sauce is incredible. Got some nice early evening light here. This would be a great al fresco dish too. It was a little windy out. It seems like it calmed down. It's also kind of hot and muggy today. You can see I got my antique fan in the window. And I got my fresh oregano on here, little peperoncini, but of course, a must. It's Parmigiano Reggiano. Let's try this Pinoni alla vodka. It's no wonder this sauce became so almost ubiquitous, you know, catering, dumb office parties, incredible. The little oregano leaves are amazing. Buon appetito, Pinot Noir. Perfect. I was at a gathering just last night, drinking some nice wine with some friends, and the movie Sideways came up. Or as my friend Mike calls it, Jeff Guy and Al Guy go to Napa. Everybody remembers the Merlot tirade line, but my favorite is the Pinot Noir soliloquy by the woman. Amazing. Thanks for coming in my kitchen. We'll see you for the next episode. I also went on her Google and subscribed her to the YouTube show. So I got one more click. She can't be bothered. I tried to sit there with her and watch the show. Mom, look, it's me, your son. I'm on YouTube cooking family recipes. Between some like ancient episode of Downton Abbey on her 90-inch wall TV and like Solitaire or Mahjong or something on the iPad, you know, she couldn't be bothered. It was too much of a distraction.